Okay. Then in 1992, you met George Carlin.
On the street in Toronto. That was the night the Blue Jays won the World Series.
Mm.
And everybody was partying up and down Yonge Street in Toronto. And I was a 22-year-old smart-ass kid, and I'm walking down the street with my friends, and we see this old guy with a ponytail walking towards us, and I go, hey, this guy looks like George Carlin. I thought he was like a homeless guy. For real. I was like, yo, this guy looks like fucking George Carlin. He walked past me and go, how you doing, George? I'm just being a dick. I go, how you doing, George? He goes, how you doing, kid? I went, what the fuck? And I ran after him, and I walked him back to his hotel, just babbling the entire time, telling him I'm a comedian, and I blah, 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 any tips and anything. And he told me, just get on stage as much as you can. And if you're at a bar and they have a band and the band takes a break, go ask the band if you can do 5 minutes. Even if you bomb, he goes, if you bomb, it's fine. If you kill, it's fine. It doesn't matter. The more you get on stage, the better you get at it. And I said, okay, thank you. I go, hey, maybe one day we'll work together, huh? He goes, you never know, kid. It's crazy business. And then you cut to 2000 and when did he pass? 2008? I think he passed in 2008. He did. Yeah, he passed in 2008. So 2007, in July of 2007, he was doing these warm-up sets at the Hermosa Beach Comedy Magic Club. And they knew I was a huge Carlin fan. And they're like, listen, Carlin's coming in. And he's working on his new act. He just had a quadruple bypass, and he wants to work on his new act. I was like, oh, my God, can I come watch? He goes, do you want to be on the show? And I go, fuck, yeah. Okay. I said, let me host. They go, we already got a host. I go, damn, I'd really like to host. They go, okay, fine, you're going to host. They moved that guy to the middle, and I went to the host.
Okay.
And so I got to introduce him, and I got all my chin started quivering when I was introducing him. My voice started to this. I got so emotional doing it. And then he was like, he shook my hand and goes, stop it, kid. You're making me look bad. And he was really nice. He was a really, really sweet guy.
I mean, if you were to name your top 4 Mount Rushmore comedians, who would they be?
For me?
Yeah, for you.
Carlin, Murphy, Rickles.
Rickles.
Yeah.
You don't hear that a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Don Rickles.
And got to be careful with number 4. Yep. And people get mad when I don't add Patrice O'Neill.
Aha.
And people get mad that I didn't add Pryor. And I love Pryor, and I respect Pryor, and I appreciate everything he did, but the others spoke to me more.
Yeah, I mean, you hear Patrice O'Neill a lot. A lot of people, like actual comedians that I interview, will name Patrice O'Neill.
Oh, well, I used to sleep on Patrice's couch back in 96 when him and Keith Robinson were roommates in Woodbridge, New Jersey. And they would sit on like a leather couch like that, and they would sit there playing fucking video games till like 6:30 in the morning, Nintendo. And I would wait on the armchair and fall asleep till they got up, and then I would put my head where their asses weren't, and then I'd go to sleep on the couch.
Man, rest in peace, George Carlin. That was he was so different. Like the way he approached his comedy was so intelligent.
Yeah, he was a wordsmith.
He was a wordsmith, exactly. He didn't really do jokes. He didn't do impressions really. He just would word his way into these incredible stories.
Yeah. And I mean, he did do, he would do jokes in the way that you could quote something out of a joke.
Yeah.
Out of one of his stories, you could quote something, you know? Yeah. He would like do an entire bit, but you could quote bits of the bit.
Yeah.
And he would always do things about, and it was always language based, like word based. And my dad was an English major, so my dad and I would enjoy him together because my dad loved the wordplay.
Mm-hmm.
And you do things about halfway dirty words and words that are clean when they're not together, and then there's words that are, when you put them together, they're dirty. Like cock is in the Bible. Sucker, you go to the doctor, you get a sucker, but you put them together, you got cocksucker. You know what I mean? It's just shit like that. And you go, fuck, I wish I thought of that. You know what I mean?
Well, he really broke down religion really well.
Yeah.
Because he was essentially an atheist.
I am as well. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah. And he really, I remember this one routine about whenever you go to a funeral, at some point, someone's going to say, I know he's up there looking down at us and smiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, there is no up there.
Yeah.
He's probably down there looking up at us.
Yeah.
And so forth.
Religion has us convinced that there's an invisible man and is living in the sky.
Exactly.
And he's watching everything you do, but he's particularly keen on what you do with your penis.
Well, you were raised Catholic.
I was raised Catholic.
So at one point, did you just say,
I
nah?
listen. Even as a kid, I would question everything.
Yeah.
I would go to church and I'd be like, something doesn't add up to me in here. Just something seems off. And I had questions, and you weren't allowed to ask questions. And I'm like, well, that seems a little odd. If you're trying to sell me something and I'm not allowed to ask questions about it, then something's not right with me. Something doesn't work for me on this.
Yeah. I feel you. I'm an atheist myself.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
I was
were probably a Jew at some point.
I was raised Jewish, actually.
Yeah.
I was raised Jewish, but at one point, I mean, I haven't gone to a synagogue in decades at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where I don't want to be defined by that. I think.
Yeah.
And people, it's rough for me because, most of my friends, about 99% of my friends are black, and a lot of them are very, not very, but they're all very, the black community is very prevalent, the religion thing.
Yeah.
And but my whole goal is just, listen, at the end of the day, did I do good things and nice things for people when I was here? That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I don't need a book to tell me to be nice. I should already have been nice.
Well, you said in your act that Jews actually get a bad rap for being cheap because Indians are way cheaper.
Yeah, we could out Jew a Jew.
You could out Jew a Jew?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's in our blood. I think you guys do it for sport. We do it out of instinct.
Like you did this one joke about how Jews, Chinese, and Indians approach a Louis Vuitton store.
Yes. I can't remember it now, but I remember the joke. It's like 12 years old, that joke.
Right. Well, I guess like a Jewish guy, if he's passing a Louis Vuitton store,
can I get a discount?
There's a sale.
Yeah.
He'll go in there and buy everything.
Yeah.
An Indian guy will not.
Yeah, and a Chinese person go in and take pictures and knock it off.
Knock it off.
Yeah.
And I guess that...
No, the Chinese guy... So the Jewish guy would go in, if there was a sale, he would go and buy it all.
Yeah.
Then the Chinese guy would go in, take pictures and knock it off. And then the Indian guy would buy the knockoff of the Chinese guy.
Right. And I guess that the Chinese and Indians just cannot do business together at all.
Yeah, you're going way back on these.
Yep, I am.
Yeah, those were the fun times.
Why can't Chinese and Indians do business together?
You got two shady motherfuckers trying to do business together. That's why.